Hello children, welcome back to English grammar class. I hope you all are fit and fine. Today we are going to start a new chapter, that is tenses. Now what do you mean by tense? Tense is a form of verb that indicates the time or a state of an action or an event. It is basically used to show time. Okay, like an action may have taken place in the past or it may take place in the present or future. Okay, there are mainly three types of tenses, that is past, present and future, and each of these tenses has further divided into four kinds of tenses. Okay, that is simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous for each case. So there are five forms of verb: base, past, past participle, s or es form and ing form. For example, in base form play, past played, past participle also played, es or s form plays and ing form. You will know about their uses later in the video. Okay, let's move on. Now we will know more about simple present tense. The simple present tense resembles the base verb, means V1, but we add SES or IES to a base verb when the subject is in the third person singular number. Okay, like he, she, it. This is very important to remember. Earlier also I have discussed about it. Okay, for example, you see I I is first person singular number, so we write do with it. Okay, but when we are writing he is third person singular number, we will add es with the verb. Similarly, you carry the load, you is second person. Okay, so that's why we write carry with it. But when we are writing she is third person singular number again, we write carries, IES, means Y changes to I, then we add ES to the verb. Okay, in this way we change the verb according to the numbers. Okay, like singular or plural number. The simple present tense is used to indicate the following, like habit. For example, he goes for a walk every day. This regular actions, the cobbler mends shoes. This is regular action. It also shows current situation, like I am unwell. It shows general truths or facts, like trees give oxygen. The simple past tense is formed when we add the suffix ed to base verb. It's not that we always add ed to the base verb to form past. There are irregular verbs also, okay, which completely change its form. Like run, it becomes ran in the past tense. Okay. For example, the children jumped into the river. Jumped is the past tense. Next is simple future. The simple future tense shows an action that will happen sometime in the future. For example, I will be in grade 5 next year. It is yet to happen, that is future. The simple past tense shows an action that happened in the past and is over now. Okay, for example, he worked in Dubai last year. Its effect does not continue in the present. It's done in the past. One thing you will have to remember well, that simple present and simple past tenses do not have helping verbs. Like am, is, are, was, were. Nothing is used with simple past and simple present. Now we will learn about the other types of present tenses. Okay, simple present we have already discussed. Okay, it's just simple present may show us habits, universal truths or facts. Okay, next is present continuous tense. Present continuous tense shows that the action is mentioned as incomplete or it's going on in the present. Okay, now it's going on now. Okay, and its formula is we write subject plus am is are plus verb ing. Okay, for example is given here. You see I am eating. Okay, I is the subject, am is the verb, and ing we will have to add with the base verb. Next is present perfect tense. Now present perfect tense shows the action that has just happened, okay, or has happened when the speaker is speaking. Alright, so we use subject plus has or have, okay, plus past participle form of the verb, that is V3. Okay, I showed you the three forms of the verb, that is the V3 form. Alright, for example, I have eaten. I is the subject, have and then eaten means past participle form of eat is eaten. Okay, and we know we use have with first person and second person singular and plural numbers, and with third person singular numbers we use has. Next is present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense shows that the action is going on continuously and not completed at this moment. Means it started in the past and is still continuing. Okay, something which started in the past and continues in the present. Like I have been eating. Okay, subject plus have or has plus been you will have to add, then verb plus ing. Alright, like I have been eating lunch since 2 p.m. Okay, it shows that you have started eating, you started eating lunch at 2 p.m. and it's still continuing. Alright, I hope all the forms of the present form of the verbs are clear to you. Here you see some illustrations are given, like for present continuous tenses, if the subject is I, then we use the helping verb am. Okay, then we use the main verb along with ing form. Okay, and if the subjects are we, you, they, then we add are and then the verb ing form. And if the subjects are he, she, it, means third person singular number, then we add is and then the ing form of the verb. Okay, the formula which you will have to remember is subject plus helping verb like am, is or are, and then the main verb plus ing. Okay, it denotes an action that is happening in the present. For present perfect, if the subjects are I, we, you, they, we add have as helping verb, then we add V3 form of the verb. Okay, and if the subjects are he, she or it, then we add has and then V3 or past participle form of the verb. Formula is subject plus helping verb, has or have, then the past participle form of the verb, that is V3. Means it denotes an action that happened already. Okay, recent past action. Next is present perfect continuous tense. For this, if the subjects are I, we, you and they, then we add have been, okay, and then verb plus ing. And if the subjects are he, she or it, then we add has been and then verb plus ing. Okay, formula is subject plus has been or have been and then the ing form of the verb. It denotes an action that has started in the past until now it is happening. Now we will move on to the past tenses. First is simple past, which I already explained. Okay, second is past continuous tense. Past continuous tense means which was going on at a certain period of time in the past. Okay, like for example, I was eating, subject plus was plus ing form of the verb. Third number is past perfect tense. Past perfect tense indicates an action that is completed before a certain moment in the past. Okay, suppose there are two actions which happened in the past. The first action which happened, with that we use had. Okay, like I had eaten before you entered the room. Okay, there are two actions. I have eaten and you entered the room. So I ate first. So I will write I had eaten before you entered. Okay, and the last one is past perfect continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense denotes an action that began before a certain point in the past and continued up to that time. Okay, it started, continued for some time, and finished. Alright, for that we will use past perfect continuous tense. Alright, like I had been eating. Alright, so these are the 4 types of past tense. Now we will see the illustration. Like past continuous tense, if the subject is I, then we use the helping verb was and then verb plus ing. If the subjects are we, you, they, then we add were and then verb plus ing. And if the subjects are he, she or it, then we add was and then verb plus ing. So the formula is subject plus helping verb like was, were and then verb plus ing. Means it denotes an action that was happening at some time in the past. Next is past perfect tense. For the past perfect tense, for any subject, the helping verb will be had. And then third form of the verb, that is V3. Alright. Formula is subject plus helping verb, that is had, and then V3 form of the verb. It denotes an action that had happened before something else in the past, as I have already told you. Alright. Next is past perfect continuous tense. Okay, for past perfect continuous tense, if the subjects are, for any subject, we use had been as helping verb and then ing with the main verb as continuous is there. Whenever the word continuous will be there, ing with the verb will be there. Alright. The formula which we will have to remember is subject plus helping verb, that is had been, and then the main verb plus ing. Alright. It denotes an action that started in the past, continued up to some time in the past, and ended in the past only. Alright. I hope all the tenses, past tenses are cleared. Now we will move on to future tenses. I have already discussed about simple future tense. Now second is future continuous tense. Future continuous tense is used to talk about actions which will be in progress, means which will continue at a time in the future. Okay, for example, I will be eating. Okay, and third number is future perfect tense. Future perfect tense is used to talk about actions that will be completed by a certain future time. Means the action will be completed by a fixed time in the future. For example, I shall have eaten. Okay, by a certain time in the future. Okay, the last one is future perfect continuous tense. For future perfect continuous tense is used for actions which will be in progress or which will be continuing over a period of time that will end in the future. Means it will continue in the future and it will end in the future. Okay, and it will continue over a period of time. Alright, like I shall have been eating in the future. Alright, I hope future tenses are clear to you. Now we will see the illustration with examples. For simple future tense, for the subjects like I and we use shall as helping verb, then verb, the main base form of the verb. And for the subjects like you, they, he, she, it, we use will and then the base form of the verb. Okay, however, will can be used with all the subjects depending on the situation. Alright, the formula is subject plus helping verb, means will or shall, and then the base form of the verb. It denotes an action that will happen in future, like prediction. we can guess that something has not happened till now but will happen in the future. Okay. Future continuous tense. For future continuous tense, for the subjects I and we use shall be, okay, and then verb plus ing. And for rest of the subjects like you, they, he, she, it, we use will be and then ing form of the verb. The formula is subject plus helping verb like shall be or will be and then main verb plus ing. It denotes an action that will be happening at some time in the future. Okay. Next is future perfect tense. For the subjects I and we use shall have and then V3 form of the verb. Okay. And for the subjects you, they, he, she, it, we use will have and then V3 form of the verb. So the formula is subject plus helping verb like shall have or will have and then main verb V3 form, okay, past participle. It denotes an action that already have happened in the future. And the last one is future perfect continuous tense. With the subjects I and we use shall have been and then verb plus ing as continuous is there. And with the subjects you, they, he, she, it, we use will have been and then verb plus ing. Okay. It denotes an action that will be there in progress after some time in future. I hope you have understood all the types of the tenses. Go through the video again if needed and I hope there will be no confusion. Alright, along with this video, I will upload an assignment as you know which you will have to solve. Before doing that, in book number 6, page number 19, first number question, circle the verbs in continuous tense. Continuous tense, it can be present continuous, it can be past continuous, it can be future continuous as well. You know, in present continuous, is, am, are plus verb ing like is working, are going, am reading. Okay. In past continuous, was plus were plus verb ing, was going, were playing. Okay. And in future continuous, we write will be plus verb ing or shall be plus verb ing. Like will be, she will be reading the newspaper. Okay. So, you'll have to circle those verbs which are in present, past or future continuous. Alright. And in page number 20, he will say fill in the blanks using am, is, are, was, were with the correct form of the verb in bracket. As we all know, when we are using am, is, are, was, were, we after that we always use the ing form of the verb, means going, reading, writing, whatever the verb will be, we will use ing with that verb. Okay, so here you see first one, walk is there. Tom is walking, then it will be. Alright. Next, Amita, ride is there. Is riding, it will be. I hope you will be able to do this. Thank you.